Hey everybody, welcome once again to Vinyl Fridays, the only vinyl review show that's filmed entirely in one sitting and then staggered out for months. This is episode 4, and we're going to keep this one short and sweet and to the point because we're talking about an 11-minute album, Tony Molina's Dissed and Dismissed. This is sort of the ultimate short breakup album. It's got a cool clear red vinyl that I really like the look of. And a picture of Tony Molina just getting flipped off on the back, which is hilarious. This album, in spite of being a full 12 tracks, is only like 11 and a half minutes long. Because most of these songs are only about a minute. Some of them are even shorter than that. I think there's one that gets up to like 2 minutes, and that's the longest track on the album. But they're all these very simple, biting, punk rock songs. People often compare this album to Weezer. And, like, I get the comparison. It's definitely the same genre. But, like, what's special about Tony Molina's songs, to me, is that they're so short and to the point. And they really get in and get out. And each one is just about having, like, a really sick riff and a cool-ass guitar solo. The main thing that makes this album fucking great and worth listening to, above all the other punk rock music out there, is that Tony Molina rips the hardest fucking guitar solos that you're gonna hear in this genre. Like, a song will be just kind of a chilled out punk, like, some of the songs remind me of The Pillows a lot. Like, a lot of his riffs and his chord progressions are similar to stuff like on the Fooly Cooly soundtrack. So you'll be listening to a song that's just like a quaint little Pillowsy type punk rock song about going through a breakup, and then it'll just rip out this fucking massive guitar solo that's incredibly badass, and then the song's just over. And that's like half the tracks on the album. And all of them sound different enough that, like, it's not like even just one feel the whole way through. Each one has kind of its own attitude. Maybe the guitar sounds a little different, or there's one that's an acoustic track that's just kind of, in fact, there's 2 acoustic tracks on here, I think. One of them's only like 30 seconds long. The other one's only like 45 seconds long, but they're both really fun, and they kind of break up the feel of the album, make it, a little bit more distinctive. Sometimes there'll be like almost metal moments where like the guitar kind of gets into like a chugging riff towards the end, brings a little bit more fiery intensity. And some of them, he sounds a little more hurt. Each song on here, like, this could not possibly be about one breakup, because the songs they're all about a breakup, but each one is like a different take on it. Sometimes it's the singer feeling like he fucked up and like he's a bad guy and that's why people keep leaving him. Sometimes he's mad at the other person for what they did. Sometimes it seems like they cheated. Sometimes they just faded away. Some of these I don't even think are about breakups in a relationship. Some of them are just about like losing friends and stuff like that. The first track on here, the first line is, "I've got to leave this town 'cause all my friends, they like me more when I am not around." And like, I think about that line all the time. Like, it's just how I feel anytime I'm thinking about, like, just feeling self-loathing and also wanting to get the hell out of this place. Like, a lot of these lyrics they're just exactly the right emotion that you need at certain moments. And when this album came out right around the time that I had broken up with my ex-girlfriend in like 2014, and like I just listened to this on repeat for days, and it was perfect. I remember track 3 in particular was the one that like was like exactly how I was feeling in that moment. Like, that was my breakup, like each one is someone's breakup. My breakup was track 3. And like, if you were cheated on, or if you found it like something else, or if it's like each song, each different way a breakup could happen, it's represented on this album somewhere. Which the lyrics to track 3 is incredibly sparse. It's like one of the shortest songs of the album. The lyrics just go, "I can't believe that you'd walk away from me. I never thought that you'd go. Now all of a sudden I'm back to my old ways, and that's how it's always gonna stay." And I was just like, yup, that's how I feel. I have been back to my old ways for 3 years now. So Tony Molina predicted my future here. So yeah, it's a perfect breakup album. But again, I really think that what sets this apart is just how much fucking fun it is. How the songs are so short, so to the point. They're all kick-ass. There's never a boring moment. Nothing drags. There's no like unnecessary extra words. There's no choruses. There's no hooks. It's just he gets in, makes the point, plays a sick fucking guitar solo, and gets out. And it's always kick-ass. And I like that. So, like, I'd rather listen to this over and over again than listen to a longer punk rock album. I can't stand listening to a song that's 3.5 minutes long and it's just, you know, verse, chorus, verse, the same chorus, and the same riffs. It's like, just get to the fucking point. This gets to the fucking point. This is a distillation of the punk rock genre down to everything it needs to be. It needs to be fun but biting. It needs to have, you know, like, it needs to be rock and roll, but also stripped back, and it needs to have kick-ass guitar solos and memorable, relatable lyrics. It has everything. It's the perfect punk rock album. So go check it out.